Well, I'll just open up by saying obviously it was a great victory. Tough turnaround, quick turnaround for us. As a coaching staff, you always wonder about the morale or the focus of the team after a big win Friday night. Returned home 3:34 in the morning. But when we set our non-conference schedule, we knew that was going to be the case. So part of non-conference is preparing yourself for conference play and hopefully postseason play. So we got off to a sluggish start, but give Hannibal credit. I think they do a great job offensively, and we knew the potential problem if it was exploited, we'd have to make an adjustment, and that's ultimately what happened in the game.
Coach, were you at all worried about a hangover from you guys heading back for the emotional win over Wisconsin? Were you at all worried about a hangover early on here in the game today? Sure,
that's always the case. You worry about that, but I think we have 8 returning players, 9 returning players who play a lot of basketball. We have some upperclassmen who understand our culture of our program. So, and we talked about that. Ultimately, it's not who you play; it's how you play. And we have enough bodies that if you're not focused, if you're not locked in, if you're still celebrating, then you can sit on the bench. But to be quite honest, our kids did a great job handling that.
3 games in 5 days. Is the goal to play a lot of guys, especially early, and then once you stretch things out, you'll really get those bench guys some minutes tonight?
Ultimately, for tonight's game plan, absolutely, was to continue to do what we do, and hopefully the scoreboard would take care of itself. We got in a tough stretch in that first half. Hannibal, give them credit, they did a really good job running their offense, and it caused us some problems. But ultimately, once we got the game under control in the second half, the last 12, 13 minutes, it was an opportunity to rest our starters and our top 6 or 7 guys. And our guys that came off the bench did a great job finishing the game. I thought the last 3 minutes and 39 seconds, we subbed, those guys who don't play a lot. Jordan Hughes, Noah Wells, Ryan Mouse, and Devontae Mays. I thought they did a great job because they didn't come in right away and try to do things that is against our culture. So I thought they did a great job.
Speaking of your bench, Jalen Chapman gave you some big minutes and points right away from the bench. You guys are really kind of sluggish a little bit. What's his role going to be for you guys this year?
I think for the most part, an energy giver. I think he's a guy last year that unfortunately suffered from an ACL tear, but he got a chance to watch and learn while he was doing his rehab last year. And what he brings us is immediate energy off the bench, and ultimately I love to see him to be a consistent rebounder. He's still learning some defensive philosophy that we're trying to do with the ball screen stuff, but ultimately we need his ability to rebound at both ends of the floor. And then obviously open shots, he can hit that 17-footer, pick and pop, pick and roll. He's pretty good at that. But first and foremost, we need somebody who can go up and get a rebound. He does that really well.
I know you really like to talk about the versatility this team has. How much do you really like a game like this where a team is going to be a little smaller, so you're going to play a different lineup and get some guys used to playing each other in games?
Well, it's tough because, they exploited us. I mean, they did a really good job in that first half, and they forced us to play small and switch ultimately. And that's not quite who we are, but it helped get the game under control and neutralize what they were trying to do. And ultimately having guys play and resting our starters, that's always good.
Coach, you went after Chantrell made a 3 late in the first half. You guys were down 1, and then you guys went on a 17-1 scoring run. That's when really the game started to got out of reach, and you guys were able to lead the rest of the way. That 17-1 run, did that really change the way you guys played both offensively and defensively?
Absolutely. We talk about get stops and then get buckets. I think, but the first 10, 12 minutes, we had a hard time getting stops. So once we went to this 4-guard lineup, we were able to get stops that led to transition buckets, transition threes. And if you look at our shooting percentage, anytime you make shots, it makes the offense look that much better.
So it was the 4-guard lineup that you put in that started that run?
Absolutely. Because it allowed us to switch on the defensively.
Sorry, Dan.
Coach, you shot 52 from 3 tonight, 78.
Expectations every game, but reality, we understand. I understand. The reality is, you might not shoot that high of percentage every single night, but we're going to ride the wave as long as we can. And the good thing about those statistics is no one's forcing up threes. It's coming within the flow of the offense. It's coming off of defensive stops, transition threes. The right guys are taking the right shots, and at the end of the day, that's really all you can hope for.
This team struggled from the line times a year ago.
Absolutely. It's encouraging because we work on it, and anything that, as coaches in any sport, anything you work on in practice, if they do it in games, that's always a plus for coaches. So we work on free throws, we work on shooting, just like everything else. And, to our kids' credit, they're knocking them down, and hopefully that can continue.
Russ, you touched on
Right, that's a luxury that we have right now, and I hope that continues throughout the course of the season. Having depth and guys coming in off the bench that you trust and understand what you're trying to get done at the offensive, defensive standpoint, that's encouraging. And I really feel that, we can play 9, 10 guys, depending on the opponent and what they're trying to do. Like tonight, Brandon Gilbeck had a great game Friday night, but tonight just wasn't his night for the simple fact it was a matchup nightmare for him.
Saying, I just felt regular tonight. I mean, playing against a good team, they came out to play, they were ready to go, and they made it tough on us and made us work for everything.
Jason, you had the team rebounds today. Was it a team effort today to go up, crash the glass, or was it just kind of on your way?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the ball just came my way, but I was just trying to make an effort. Coaches are always on me about getting boards, going up to give me my athleticism and all that. So I was just trying to make an effort to do that to the best of my ability.
A little bit of a slow start. Was that kind of coming out of the Wisconsin game and as emotional and as physical as those guys played? Was that kind of leading to that, or did you just needed to flip the switch and get things going there after maybe a little bit of a slow start?
No, I mean, I feel like we just came out a little bit slow, and it was a little difficult because they're a pretty small team.
You mentioned the lineup change. The thing coaches said all throughout the preseason is how versatile this team is. Is that where you guys feel like you can match up with anyone based on what you guys have on the roster?
Yeah, I think so, because it was easy for coach to just go up to the bench. We went 4-5 guards at one point. 4 guards, we can match up with just about anybody because like that. So that helped a lot.
You guys had 11 steals, forced 13 Trojan turnovers. You guys pretty happy with the way your defense played tonight?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, we kind of let them get a little confidence going at the beginning of the game. But I mean, we stepped it up towards the end of the half and the second half.
One of the first half, you guys was very close, and then you guys reeled off 3 straight threes. You guys won a nice little scoring run to end the first half. Heading into the second half, were you guys pretty confident you guys could keep that lead?
Yeah, I think we just got into a rhythm, got into our groove. We buckled down on defense. They stopped hitting shots because they were hitting some shots, hitting some threes, and it just all ended up working out in our favor. We played how we know how to play.
In the first half, their defense pretty much kept you guys from getting inside at all. How did you switch up your offense in order to work around that?
Well, I mean, like we got into the bonus because they were fouling us a little bit. That helped a lot because we were going to free throw line.
You guys struggled a little bit from the line a year ago tonight, 21 to 23. Is that something that is something you worked on, or is that something where it's just confidence, where you see you go through the net a few times and everybody's putting it through the net? What kind of leads to that? Leads to knocking down free throws consistently you guys did tonight?
It's definitely something we work on because we remember last year and all those misses. We know that it cost us a lot of games, and it is something we work on, and it's confidence. I mean, when you see it going the hoop, that always helps.
They kind of take the pressure off you guys as starters.
Yeah, I mean, they let us be able to sit in the second half. We got a quick turnaround, play US on Tuesday, so that helps a lot knowing that they can keep scoring, keep playing defense, and give us a lift off the bench.
Sorry, what do you think your mindset is going into this game after winning Wisconsin and now after today's game?
I think our mindset stays the same. Coach always says it's not about who you play, it's how you play, and I feel like our team has really taken that phrase and really believed in it, and everybody's all in. So going into this game, I feel like we're going to be really prepared, have a good practice or shoot around or whatever we do tomorrow, and I think we'll be ready to go.
I know JC, you mentioned, coach said it's not who you play, it's how you play. But still beating Wisconsin on their home floor, do you feel that that's a statement, not just to the league, but around the country, that Western Illinois basketball is a program that people are going to have to start respecting now?
Yeah, I would say it's a statement game. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, going in there, beating the top 20 team, you know, we all play good. You feel a lot more confident after that too. As a team, we're all buying in, we all believe in, supporting each other. It's all positive vibes right now, so I'm just really happy